Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be giving my review for Blumhouse's newest film, They Them. This stars Kevin Bacon, Theo Germain, and Anna Klumsky. Um, Theo is our final our final person, final they, final them. Let's say final person. Um, because I think in the movie she states that Theo states that to call, uh, basically Theo goes by they them. I think is what he says in the movie. Let's say he, because it's less confusing, or I'm gonna confuse myself trying to do this review. Kevin Bacon runs this camp. It's a conversion camp for gays, lesbians, so on, the whole LGBTQ. And Anna Klumsky is the nurse, if I remember correctly. And right at the gate, you get your first kill right when the movie starts, and I got kind of worried because it was one of those cutaway kills. You just see the blood splatter, and I was like, "Oh gosh, are they going to do this for the whole movie?" And unfortunately, they did. And that was my biggest flaw with this film. So when all the kids get to the camp, Kevin Bacon's character kind of starts out acting like everything that he's not there to change them, that he just wants to. He said even if they want to just hang out and the whole whatever week that they're there and not do anything, they could. And then that like instantly changes the next scene. So I had an issue with that. Like they didn't do that sort of. They just didn't do that very well. They didn't keep that kind of story going where he's supposed to be evil not showing it type thing. They didn't do that very well, I didn't think. But it didn't like full blown hurt the film. I could have overlooked that if the kills had been better. Now the 3/4 of this film is a lot of. You get a couple kills. You get the groundskeeper gets killed, a dog gets killed, and then the person at the very beginning before we really get into the big deaths happening. So the first 3/4 could probably be a little boring for some if they're just there for the kills. Because what this movie did, they hired everybody, all the kids that came to the camp. At least, I'm assuming everyone. I know at least, excuse me. I know at least the main ones we see. There's some background characters, but I know the main ones we see. They are all part of the LGBTQ community. And they wanted to get their message across. So a lot of the beginning of this, 3/4 of this movie was them trying to show us, what it's like, I guess, to be them, and what they have to deal with at convert. Like I said, I don't know to the extreme this movie went, if that's how it goes at conversion camps. I'm gonna say probably so, just because I don't see them letting it go over the top like that, if that's not how it really went, just because they were trying to portray a message to everybody. So I'm assuming it's just that bad at the conversion camps. And uh, so I wasn't bothered fully by any of the story. I felt like, it it is what it, that's you got to take it for what it is. That's how it is for them. They're trying to show us that. They're trying to show us their struggle. And so I was fine with the story for on that aspect. Um but and then once we get through killer reveal, I kind of already figured out who it was. It's not very hard to figure out who the killer is. And once we figure it out, once they show us, we find out why they're doing it. Um, it sort of leaves you. It doesn't give you a clear hate for the person, but it also doesn't. You also feel like, well, they're not. They're still doing it the wrong way. They're going about doing this the wrong way. So you don't hate at least I didn't hate the killer for doing what they were doing, but I also do feel like there was a better way to do it. Um, but all the performances to me was really good. Cinematography was really, really good. Um, Especially for the cast when it comes to acting, especially for the cast being mostly people that haven't really done a whole lot. Um, Kevin Bacon was obviously really great in this. Uh, and uh, Anna as well, Klumsky as well. Um, but it really got dragged down by the kills. If they would have gave us a gorier movie and not just the cutaway stuff, this movie would have been great. I would have been like probably at least a 4 out of 5. Um, and it kind of falls in line with shoot, what's that movie that you really love? I can't think of the name of it now. Where they go to that, I think it's like a carnival or fair or something, and they're getting killed by that.
Hellfest?
Yeah, Hellfest. It's like Hellfest. Hellfest. I really enjoyed Hellfest, and it could have been that much better if they wouldn't have done the cutaway kills. This is the same thing. I don't know if this has been a 5 out of 5 for me, just because the first 3/4 are a little slower, but I could at least got it that 4 out of 5 for the kills, because once we really get to the kills in the very last quarter of the movie, it goes fast, and like I said, they're cutaways, so you're not really seeing much but blood splatter, and it just really sucked. It sucked that we done that, and honestly, when they reveal the bodies, the wounds didn't match what we were seeing, the how forceful the killer was being. So I felt like that just really hurt this film for me, and it brought it down to a 3 out of 5, which is a pretty high score, honestly, for this film. Because this film is mostly getting like 2 and below, so a 3 is basically like a 5 out of 5 for this film. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I would say check it out, give it a shot, go in with low expectations, go in knowing that the kills are going to be cutaway kills, but just watch it for what it is, listen, understand what the they're trying to tell us and trying to give us and make us understand when it comes to the LGBTQ community. And maybe you'll come away liking it more, or liking it in general. Um, I would definitely say don't just write it off. It's just this is kind of one of those films that it's getting wrote off because of such poor reviews. But I say just give it a shot. If you hate it, you hate it. But at least you can say you tried. And so I can say I at least tried. Didn't love it, but I didn't hate it like everybody else. So, but that is everything for my review for They Them. So please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.